The Edward Fowler Show live here on YouTube.com, and it is a lovely Thursday night, uh, February 27th, 2020. We're joined by the first ever professional football player to come on this very show, American football player. It's a pleasure to have this person on with me this evening. Please welcome David Pindell. Welcome to my show.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Well, I really appreciate you for accepting the invite. I really do. And how are you doing today? What's been going up in your life today? Tell us about what's been going on.
I'm pretty good. It's not too bad. It's a little windy over here. It's really windy over here. So it's pretty chilly. But just chilling. Just finished my workout, my first workout for the day. Just finished throwing. So. Just an everyday grind, just lifting and working out every day.
Nice. And, we will talk more about your workout and your diet in a few minutes. But I want to get into the people who may never have heard of you before over here in the UK. And I want to tell people that you are a free agent, a quarterback who played for a fantastic college team. And, great 2 seasons you played for them. And you had some coverage here in the UK as well, because some of the games have been played on our UK network, BT Sport, on ESPN. So, again, it's a pleasure. But, what have you learned from transitioning from high school football then into college football and playing, for UConn Huskies? This was UConn Huskies. Tell about the transition there from high school football to college football. Was it a bit different, or was it the same as playing for high school football?
My experience from high school football to college, it's been completely different actually in a lot of aspects, because first off, college being a college athlete is very, very different from high school. Whereas high school, you're not really like obligated to know your sport, and like it's more on you. You can do what you want. Whereas in college, like you're on a scholarship, so everything you do is based around your football schedule and you're on their time. Whereas you get up early in the morning for breakfast, team run, team workouts, to meetings, to school, class, study hall. So it's a big transition because you're on a consistent schedule daily all year round. So I say that's the biggest transition. And then from a football standpoint, on field, the competition is completely different. I played in Howard County at Oakland Hills High School, which is place where football is not taken serious. So football is like a joke. Whereas when I stepped on the college field, everybody's just as good as you, just as fast as you, and thing that separates the good players from the great players. Some players, they study their game film, they know their assignments, and they're smarter, so they're ahead of their opponent. They're ahead of their opponent when they're in the game, because they study their film. So that's another big transition. Players actually are really detailed in their assignments, and they're smart, and they know the game of football more rather than what you're used to in high school.
Gotcha. And tell us about as well when you played for high school football and then you transitioned into college football. Did you have any challenges off the field, getting to used to know fitting in with the other crew there who have been there longer than you and all of that, or was it, or did they open arms when you came to UConn Huskies?
You said say that again? How's my high school experience, or was my college at UConn?
Yeah, so like when you left your high school football team and you joined UConn Huskies, was everyone in the team happy to have you join them, or were there some people in there thinking he's going to steal my spot, or were everyone with open arms welcoming you in?
Transitioning from Lackawanna to UConn, they really welcomed me there. The support from the players, the coaches, the teachers and assistants, and then the fan base. They really welcomed me because UConn, they weren't they didn't have like a winning program, and they weren't like really winning a lot. So me coming in there to be like that quarterback for the future, they were excited about me. They supported me. They were all amped up for me and excited to watch me play, and excited for me to see what I can bring to the table to help their team improve in any way I can. So I think it was a good transition, a good welcome. Coach Etzel, he was a good coach. He coached really hard. Coach Lashley, he's the dude that recruited me out of JUCO. He was a really good coach, and he taught me some things. So it was just a matter of time of just being there for 2 years, just being able to grasp everything quick that they threw at me, and just try to perform at a high level, and also being in the position of being a rebuilding program. It was hard to just see all the success in a matter of 2 seasons, because after the first season, my junior season, we got a new offensive coordinator. So that was another thing we had to do with switching them new coaches.
Yeah.
So
and
it was kind of hard, but overall, I think they welcomed me really good, and they showed me a lot of support and love there. So.
Well, that's good to hear. And as you just mentioned about getting a new coordinator, I bet that was quite interesting over the few months to get used to what he wanted from the team and from the players as well. And did you have a good relationship as well? Once you got used to what he wanted from yourself and from the other important players of the team.
Yeah, I think we. So the second coach that came in, John Dunn.
Yeah.
He came from the Chicago Bears. I think we built a really good relationship because I met him like toward the end of the season, my junior season, when he came in early. I got to sit down and talk to him, and we got to just know each other from that whole spring, summer, and fall. That whole year, we just got to get to know each other, talk football, and just get to build a relationship. And then throughout football camp, it showed we had a lot going. We were clicking. I understood the offense. He taught me a lot about football from a standpoint I never knew before. And then during the season, offensively, like we had a bunch of success offensively, but in the win column we didn't have the wins we wanted. But overall, we had a really good chemistry on offense. What he was putting together with the progression read offense and the zone read quarterback runs. We did a lot. We did a really lot, and we had good numbers that 2018 season.
Good to hear. And in the 2019 draft, you went undrafted, and then you went out and you did some different, I'm going to say, tryouts or something. That's what I'm going to say. Probably not the correct word to use, but you had some experience with the LA Rams, I believe, and some other football teams around the US to get to experience and to get the attention which you deserve from the pro scouts. How was that for you, being undrafted from the NFL and then trying to get the attention of these other scouts? And what's your plan for this coming draft of the NFL?
Overall, I think it was a really good experience. Just going through that process. It was a good opportunity that a lot of people don't get, that I was excited about. But yeah, I ended up going down I was up in Minnesota Vikings with the Vikings for minicamp. Then I went down to Tampa Bay Buccaneers for minicamp.
That's right.
And the biggest thing was, when I went to both of those camps, I didn't even get to play quarterback. They moved me before I even was able to show my arm or take a snap. They just threw me at running back, and then Tampa, they threw me at receiver, and it just it didn't go as well as I wanted it to because I was playing positions I never practiced or trained for. So it didn't go really well. It didn't end early. But then, when I came home, I just was training. And then I ended up signing with Montreal in the CFL as a quarterback. I signed late, I think the last 3 weeks of the season. So I was able to just get up there and be behind a starting quarterback and just learn how he, took control of the offense and learn the system up there, just in case that's the route I was going to take. I finished the season up there. It was a good experience, just learning the quarterback position from a pro level, and then in that league, in this Canadian Football League, because there's a couple of different wrinkles compared to the National Football League. But I was able to grasp a lot of information and learn how how it works up there. And then this off season, I just been training and working out until and then March. I have 3 workouts with Saskatchewan, BC, and Toronto on the CFL, and then we're working on my agent's working on trying to get me some workouts for the XFL teams because they've been holding open workouts on Mondays. So we're working to try to get me into one of those open workouts because we just heard back that Tampa's quarterback Quentin Flowers, I think he's dismissed himself from the team for like personal issues or something.
Wow.
So they only have like one quarterback on their roster. And me and Quentin Flowers, we played against each other in college, and we basically we have the similar style of play. So that offense would fit me perfectly. So that could be a potential spot, depending on how everything goes this next month.
Yeah, well, I wish you luck with that, and fingers crossed that things do work out, and yes, you get some exposure back in America TV again, back on American soil, and under the XFL as well. This is, of course, came back after a 19-year stint, and have you seen? I'm guessing you've been watching some of the games, and have you been impressed with the XFL?
Yeah, I was really impressed. It was eye-opening after week 1, with the competition and all the big names that they had rolling around in the league. But I think it's really good. I think it put on a show for a lot of the fans, football fans that like football. It's been a good start. The week's been going good, competition, and if I had to choose a team right now, I'm a fan of the Houston Roughnecks. PJ Walker, the starting quarterback.
Yeah,
that's my boy, and I like the way he's been playing. So that's my team. That's what I'm going towards right now, Houston Roughnecks.
That's good to hear, the Houston Roughnecks. I'm more of a DC Defenders fan at the moment. I think they've been doing some great football and some great. They've got a great head coach. They've got some great strategy there, and again winning mostly their games, and they got a good crowd as well. The XFL beating out the other league was bankrupt last year. It's quite sad because it's quite sad that nobody could help them to stay afloat, as they say. And as well, then PJ Walker, you mentioned, he, of course, if I remember this correctly, on week 1 he won the Star Player of the Week or something, didn't he? And as well, it was quite good. Phenomenal athletes, just like yourself. And what do you want to show the people of not just the Scouts, but also your fan base, because you've got a lot of followers on your social medias, and to new fans who've never tuned into the NFL or maybe to the XFL before, what do you want to show them?
I think the biggest thing that I would feel like that I have to prove is just to prove that I can be a pro-style quarterback, a passer, that I can make all the throws from the pocket, and, I can extend plays. Obviously, a lot of the scouts and people, they know I can extend plays and make plays on my feet. But I think the biggest thing for me is to prove that I can just, make all the throws, and I can be a passing quarterback first. Because I think all my, my big runs and my highlights overshadowed my arm throughout my draft process last year. So I think just being able to show that I can make all the throws and, win and be a competitor and be a good teammate is, my biggest thing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well, do you think, let's say you get the opportunity to be a part of the XFL, do you think this will be a long-term thing for the XFL? Do you think it will last longer than 1 year, 1 season? Do you think it can last for many years to come, and maybe even be a competitor for the NFL or even the CFL as well?
The way I look at it is everybody's goal is to get to the bigger league, the NFL, but I just feel like the XFL is not another opportunity to play pro football and make money doing what you love. So if it takes me being there for 4 or 5 seasons playing there, then I'm grateful for that, because at the end the goal is to play professional football at a high level and make money doing what you love. So yeah. That's the goal. But if I get another opportunity, go to the NFL, then that'll be even better. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. But think about this as well. You get the opportunity week after week to be on TV, as well. And the more people see you on TV doing your thing, the more people will start talking about you, and more you will see for you to get the opportunity for the NFL or whatever your goal may be. And have you got a particular team you would like to be a part of in the NFL, or aren't you bothered about what team you go to?
Nah, I play for any team, any team that offers me an opportunity, I'm going to. But, if I had a dream team to play for, it would be the Atlanta Falcons or the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, God. Two worst teams. Why? Why them? Why?
So when I first got into football, I was a Falcons fan, because of Michael Vick. I just always found the Falcons jerseys in the Georgia Dome just to be like, the best jerseys in the best stadium. And the Packers, Lambeau Field is they have a great fan base, and there's a lot of history in that stadium. And then also they have the best quarterback over there. So, being behind Aaron Rodgers, I just think that would be a great opportunity.
Yeah. Well, two teams who are not worthy of a Super Bowl championship. I'll tell you one team who is the best team at the moment, well, in my opinion, is the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly known as the Oakland Raiders. They are the best team going out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, you don't like them?
Nah, I ain't say I don't like them. They just, they haven't been winning lately.
Well, we have some good seasons, we have some bad seasons, just like the Green Bay Packers and the Falcons. They have ups and downs. We have lots of ups and downs, but now since we're moving to Las Vegas, it's going to be a pretty good year. I can just feel it for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's going to be a fantastic year for them as well. And, you've been on your Instagram account, which you've got 82,000 followers on, which is very good. You've got a good fan base on there. You've been showing a lot of your training on there. And so who actually inspired you, and who do you look up to in football to carry on your passion after high school? Because I'm guessing in high school you could have stopped doing football after high school and you could have done something else, couldn't you? But what made you carry on?
The thing that motivated me to keep going was after my senior season, I was getting recruited by Division I Power 5 schools like the University of Maryland, Syracuse, Buffalo, schools like that. And since I started playing football in high school, my sophomore year, that was my first year playing, I realized after 3 years, I'm already getting recruited by the highest level of football. Felt like I had the potential to keep going and keep pushing myself. So that's why, I continue to go. And I ended up having to go JUCO. After high school, I went to a junior college, Lackawanna, for 2 years. I went there, and, after the second year there, I had a bunch of success. That's when I really realized, like, this is what I want to do for a living. This is what I love. This is what I want to make money doing for a long time, playing football. And then I realized since this is like what I really like to do, what motivates me every day is I don't want to be not successful. So I just feel like football is my way of being successful. This is the path that God chose me to go down. So just taking advantage of my football talents that He gave me, and just keep working at them, and critiquing myself and becoming a better version of me that I can be. Yeah.
It's a very fascinating story to have, Shaw, and keep at it, and I'm sure you have a long, successful career in professional football like Tom Brady. He's 40, he's still going. And what age do you think you can be a quarterback for? Do you think you can last into your 40s, even longer?
My goal is 10 years. If I can be in the league at a minimum of 10 years, then I feel like I'll have, accomplished what I wanted to. Anything after that, if my body's still working, I'm still going. But I feel like after 10 years, your body, you'll be worn out.
Yeah.
So that's like my goal, 10-year minimum. And then after that, everything else is just perfect.
Yeah. And, of course, your body gets older. You get a lot of hits as well sometimes. Because sometimes you quarterbacks don't like to throw the football, kind of thing. You like just to hold it a bit longer, exactly. And I don't know why you guys do that. I don't know. You just like to be a bit greedy at times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he agrees. agree with me, or you're just saying you're just agreeing. It's been some quarterbacks like being greedy with the ball and trying to take a chance for themselves. But your style is you do some great long balls, and you make sure that you try and not to get the ball intercepted by the opposite team. I think you're very good, and I think you should be given an opportunity on a main stage, and I do hope it comes to you. Let's talk too about your training now, because on Instagram you post a lot of training sessions with other people, with other players, and what does your training consist of, and what is your dieting as well?
I don't have like a specific diet or anything that I follow. Okay. I just try to eat as much as I can every day. Try to stay over my weight range. I mean, stay in my range of 200, 205. But my workouts, I lift 4 days a week, and I do I work my upper body, lower body workout, do my lifting, and then I throw probably almost every other day of the week. And my throwing is what I really focus on and take serious, because lifting all that is good for your strength and all, but as a quarterback, biggest thing for me is, just make sure my base is solid. I have a consistent base, good footwork. And, my throwing mechanics are really good. Just keeping my release over the arm, and just working. Some game situation throws and stuff like that. So when I go to the field, I try to focus on that as much as possible, and just critique all my mechanics and practice as much as I'm going to play, and imitate, game situation throws and things like that.
Gotcha. We apologize for the background noise there. Something happening in David Pindell's house as we do this interview, but it's absolutely fine. Sumise, what some of the things you eat then to keep in your weight limit then? What's some of the food you eat? Just about anybody maybe listening thinking, how can I stay within my weight limit, or want to gain some weight if they're trying to put on some muscle?
I eat a lot of chicken, rice, potatoes, vegetables. Nice. What else? For my my protein, my before and after type workout, I take the Gatorade bars and the Gatorade protein shakes. I mostly drink those before and after my workouts, and I drink a lot of water just to stay hydrated as well. But the biggest thing I feel like is just the protein shakes, and the chicken and the rice, and then bread. I eat a lot of bread, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Those are things that I feel like just keeping me at my size right now.
Nice, and of course some of them are very good just to keep you going as well, not just for training, but just to eat healthy as well. So it's a very good diet you do have, and it's because some people have said, oh, you might just have junk food, you might have burgers or pizza or whatever after your training sessions, or even in the off season. When you are in the off season, do you ever have any treats or anything like that, or you just train all year round?
All year round, I eat treats, and I eat whatever I want all year round. It's just because I work out almost every day, and I drink a lot of water, so it's like I just I don't feel like snacks or treats or messing up my body or anything like that, because I take care of my body really well. I work out, I stretch, I do all the recovery I need, and I drink a lot of water. So I just feel like when people say, certain foods are bad for you and stuff like that, I think that's a mindset thing, because some people feel like if they eat a certain thing, then it just, messes up their body. But if you're working out every day and you're drinking water, cleaning your body, then food shouldn't be a problem, whether you can eat or not, based off of is it going to mess up your body or not,
Yeah, I get you. And, I tell you one thing. A couple of years ago, I was watching some baseball, and they had this 94-year-old woman, and her secret to living a long, successful life was having 2 Pepsis a day. So have you got any secret things to keep you living to a long and healthy life? Even though you're still quite young.
Nah, I don't think I can think of anything, Only thing I know I eat consistently every day is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So if that's it, then hey, follow that.
There you go. Follow that, and we will hopefully have Dave back on in a few years and see how it's going, because I'm sure it'll be going very well. And let's talk to you about. Do you, of course, on your channel, on your social media, which I want you to plug right now. So where can people find you on social media if they don't know how they can find you? Even though if you've been watching this, you can see at the bottom of the screen. But if you've been listening to this, then David, please tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media platforms. My name's the same for all of them, mostly. Instagram, Twitter is David Pindell _ Facebook is just David Pindell. Snapchat, D Pindell. And follow me on any social platforms. It's all the same. All my pictures should be the same. UConn has my UConn, football profile picture. So follow me on social media. Message me. I respond to all messages. So.
Yes, indeed. And again, it's quite simple as well, because many people like to shake it up on their social media, like I do, and I like to shake it up with my Twitter account. Like I have my different name on Twitter to Instagram. Again, my Instagram isn't really controlled by me. It's controlled by me every now and then, but it's not really controlled by me all the time. On my Twitter, however, I control it 100%. And, I want to tell people as well how this interview came about, because I didn't actually contact you, kinda. It was the other way around. You actually found my profile on Instagram. How did you come across me on Instagram? That's what I'm curious to know how you came across my profile.
I think I was going down one of the Explore pages, and I think you had posted something. One of the pictures you posted, I seen it and I liked it, but I think that's how I found it. Yeah. I seen your page come up on the Explore page, and I seen one of your photos, and I ended up liking it. So
interesting.
That's how I seen it.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much for checking out my photo and the video of my past guest a week ago of Goldilocks. I hope you liked that video. That little clip there.
Definitely.
And you're not the first celebrity to actually come across my profile, because when I've done a story once, I like 4 people who are in the music industry liking my stories, and I did a poll, and I was getting all these celebrities saying yes on my poll. I'm thinking, how you come across my profile? Because it's not actually a post, kind of thing. It's a story, and I didn't tag nothing, like hashtag something, kind of thing. So it's very unique how Instagram works. So I'm glad we could make this happen as well. And tell us about, on your social media, you have, yesterday, I saw this yesterday on Instagram, you were reposting, I think, your merch. I could be wrong, but you're reposting people wearing T-shirts, I think, of your merch. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I work with this company that's been doing a merchandise website for me.
Oh, nice.
Called FanArc, and the slogan that I live by is called "What's the point of doing it if you don't love it?" And the reason I call it that, I live by that, is because I feel like if you're going to do something, I feel like you should give it 100%. If you go give it, if it's something you want to do and you really love it, I feel like you should give it your all. Whereas if you're doing something you really don't like, you shouldn't do it, because you're not going to enjoy it. So I feel like whatever you end up doing in life, or wherever you want to go, or whatever goals you want to reach, make sure it's something you love. That way, you can do it and you can give it your all. So I just, on the shirts, and most of the logos are, what's the point of doing it if you don't love it?
Yeah.
Or we have the DP logo, my initial, Dave Pindell. We've been working since November, and we've been, up to, 20, 30 shirts a week, actually. A lot of people have been buying them. Some big names have been buying them. I posted on my page, John Franklin III, athlete for the Buccaneers. DeAndre Francois, quarterback from Florida State. He's in the draft process this year. Taquan Marshall from Georgia Tech.
Wow.
Daryl Mack from Central Florida, and a lot more people. A lot of big names I've been talking to in the DMs. They said they've been purchasing the shirts. So
that's cool.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Just click the link in my bio and purchase one, and just show some support and love, and take a picture of it, tag me, and send it to me, and I'll repost it.
Yeah, and he definitely will do that, Barry. Because some people say, "Oh, I'll do that," but they don't actually do that. But he actually will. David Pindell will. I've seen him do it on a few occasions. So he does do it. So if you don't believe him, do what he says. Support him on Instagram. Follow. Wear it. Then share it on your Instagram and make sure you tag David Pindell, and then he will share it onto his social media to show his fan base that look, people are wearing my merch, they're supporting me of what I am doing. So it helps everybody. And if you do, go to Dave Pindell's Instagram, and if you find it through this show, please tag me as well. I would love to see it. Now actually we share it onto my Instagram as well. So so there you go. It's just to show. That's something I picked up, by the way, recently from my other guest, Goldilocks. I think that's a good tip from her. So I'm going to steal. So I'm going to steal that now from her to use on my show. Is that so? There you go. So make sure you do support David and support me and tag me in it, and then I will share it on my Instagram followers as well. Let's talk about then. Are you doing any appearances coming up, or are you just strictly training to see what opportunities may come to you in the next month? Because of course March is a busy month for you now, as you told us early on in the show.
Yeah, I was just just training and getting ready for these couple workouts and pro days coming up. That's all. Those are only big important events I got coming up. Just these workouts and pro days. So I'm just really getting prepared for that. And then after that, once I figure out what team I'll end up signing with, then I'll probably have a bunch interviews and guest appearances, things that'll pop up that I'll end up attending.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you doing different interviews with different outlets. With good old Jimmy Fowler or someone like that.
Yep.
Because their show's over here now. They show them over here.
Oh, really?
UK. Yeah, absolutely. Do you think as well, if you weren't an American football player, what would you do? What would you do now as a job if American football didn't exist?
I'd probably be in the military. That was probably my first direction I was going to go leaving high school.
Gotcha.
But I was able to get a full scholarship. So I ended up taking the football route. But if I didn't get a scholarship or if football wasn't exist, I probably would have joined the military because, my family, we have a lot of family members in the military, and that's tradition in our family. We have a bunch of military families, so I just felt like that's probably the direction I would have went.
Fair enough. So there are some more interesting facts about David Pindell here on the Fowler Show. Because you did a recent interview for a website the other day. This is quite a good interview I saw on there, and they asked you about any advice you would give to anybody, and the advice you gave on that website was a very good piece of advice. You can, you shared some advice before about so if you're not enjoying something, or are you all about all things American football?
I've only been watching American football lately, but recently, this past couple months since I ended up joining the CFL, I got into Canadian football a little bit and started watching a little more. But I've done research with football teams in different countries. Like I heard of the Football League of Mexico, the German Football League.
Oh wow!
I heard there's football leagues all over actually. So I'm still learning about these new leagues, but it's growing. So I'm learning about them as the days come.
Yeah, and of course a few of the few teams here have signed. The NFL has signed a few of the local people from here in the UK to join their teams, which is quite amazing, really, because who thought that 23 years ago it wasn't even possible, but now it is, kind of thing. So it gives a lot of people a lot of opportunities for different things, and with this new league, the XFL, as well, gets even more opportunity for people who were once in the NFL, but then got forgotten about, and then it's their time to show, hey, I'm still here, I'm better than I was, so here I am, kind of thing. But like yourself as well, because you need to be given it as well. Let's see. So then, the content I shared on my Instagram was to do with wrestling, of course. I'm guessing I've heard of wrestling before. Would you ever go into professional wrestling, maybe? Because a few people have from football.
Yeah, I like watching it. I used to watch it a lot, like WWE, WWF, back in like the early 2000s and the 90s. Stone Cold Steve Austin and them, but over the years it's changed and all these new wrestlers. So I don't watch it that much, but the old WWE and stuff, I used to like that stuff. I used to really be into that.
Yeah. Have you met any of the guys you grew up watching?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Not yet. We'll never say never. Hopefully you will. I'm sure you will, because if you join the XFL, then Vince McMahon owns the company, so you never know.
Yeah, he knows everybody. Good connection.
He certainly does, including Donald Trump of all people. So you never know. You never know what could happen after that. But again, we wish you the best of luck in the next coming month, and keep a watch out for David Pindell, because you never know, he might be popping up on your TV screen either on the XFL or NFL, or even back in Canada. Who knows what will happen? But you could all here on BT Sport here in the UK. Again, this is a free plug for BT Sport. I don't work with BT Sport or anything like that. There's a free plug to get more eyes on you in the next month. And make sure you do follow them on Twitter and Instagram, by the way, and as well. It's funny actually, because I've got a big following on on Twitter, but a very small following on Instagram, because again I've only recently joined Instagram, like, I don't know, late last year, in November of last year. So again, if you can help me to get more followers on there, that'd be what's appreciated. Make sure you can find me on social media on Twitter _Edward Fowler _ and of course on Instagram, Edward Fowler Show. You can see it on your screen as we speak here. We finally updated the graphics after like a year not doing that. So there you go. David Pindell, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. I just want to know one more thing. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
This movie called Money Talks with Chris Tucker, came out in 1997, I think.
The year you were born.
Yep.
There you go. I only knew that because it's on your Twitter account. That's the only reason I know that. Don't worry, I'm not being stalking you or anything like that. Because when I find you on Twitter, it tells you your birthday, and so there you go about that. My very last question, I just realised this. Who would you suggest me to contact next to come on this show?
Let's see. I have this really good friend. He's starting running back at University of New Mexico. His name's Schuler.
Okay.
He's a really good guy. He's a running back. He came out this past year with me. He worked out for the Giants. Nice. He's also a free agent now, trying to, get back on the team. So he's a really good dude. Okay. Schuler, running back from New Mexico. I think his social media is Zainier Schuler or Z Schuler or ZS313. It'll pop up.
Right, yeah, definitely. I will definitely try to make contact with him and see if we can get him on the Edward Fowler Show. It has been a pleasure here, and would you ever come back on the show again?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you having me, and yeah, definitely. We could do another show or interview whenever.
Good to hear. Wow. So stay on the phone. I want to discuss one more thing with you, and then that's it from us here on the Edward Fowler Show from our studios here tonight. We're in negotiations with a singer/songwriter. So we're hoping to bring that person on in the next coming weeks. We'll find that out soon when I announce it on my Twitter and Instagram. So stick around for those coming soon. We were meant to have another interview earlier on today, but that person decided last minute not to show up. Didn't even tell me or nothing. Didn't decide to show up, so that's not my problem. We apologize for announcing a guest who then decides not to show up. Didn't even tell me, so apologies for that. If you're looking forward to that interview, don't blame me. Speak to that woman. Tell her so you're looking forward to that interview and she didn't show up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode though. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you comment. Let me know what you thought of the show with my guest, David Pindell. Make sure you share the video with all your football fans as well. We would love to see more football-related people on our show for these fantastic interviews we do here. And until the next episode drops, enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate that. Thank you once again. Say that again.